So I'll be doing a build guide on the version of Mjolnir Titan I did. So I'm gonna look at the passive tree first, I guess. You want to go for these? These two here. I dropped all of these for more damage, but usually you would go for these because of the deepest tower helm and the reduced presence area of effect. And then you want to take this, 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 this. All these for low life damage when enemies are at low life. Oh, these. This for the extra strength. And that's about it. In the jewels, you just want melee and damage of maces. So melee and damage of maces. And for one of my jewels, I have a megalomaniac that allocates tough claw and wasting. Wasting is good because you're doing lightning damage a lot. So the 30% increased damage of hits against enemies affected by ailments is really good. And then tough claw. But a lot of people, or usually you'll want to get finality. But I didn't go that route. I just and you want these as well if you need the extra uh, stats. And then after that, you just put in as much intelligence and dex as you need for the build. Sometimes you would come here and get intelligence, but I've realized it just wastes points. You can just get intelligence with the regular attribute nodes. So because we have the intelligence requirement, strength, and the dex requirement of everything, uh, we can just use different gloves. We don't have to use the shitty ones that this build usually needs for the Mjolnir. I don't have dual wield maces on swap. I just use these. I just use them on Mjolnir for everything. But on the gloves, you want lightning damage, attack speed, any life and resistance. On the rings, you want regeneration, any life and resistance, and then you want lightning damage and increased lightning damage. And then same thing here, you want lightning damage, increased lightning damage, any resistances, any life, any regeneration. This you want for your amulet, you want +3 to level of all melee skills, some resistance, any resistances, uh, maximum life, maximum energy shield, uh, life regeneration. And I allocated Common Calamity because it gives you 50% increased lightning damage while affected by Herald of Thunder, and you're always going to be affected by Herald of Thunder. And then you just want a guiding palm of the mind so you can get the Tempest Shrine and the added lightning damage, extra lightning damage. And then you want Deepest Tower Helm, Morior Invictus. You can go for there's a whole bunch of Invictuses you can go for. You could get one with Chaos Resistance instead of Maximum Life per socket filled. That's the only other option I can think of. Oh, and a 5 socket's good. I only had enough for a 4 socket that had life on it. And then for the boots, you just want 35 movement speed, life, and resistances, and then life regeneration. For Mjolnir, uh, you you're gonna optimally want to find a level 19 Thunder God's Wrath, but if you can't, just go for level 18. And then the damage on this is good, but you're optimally gonna want more attack speed than that. 12% isn't that much. Oh, and then we got a headhunter. You don't need a headhunter. It's just like kind of one of the best belts in the game. So, and a lot of the build guides use this or an ingenuity, but you don't need either. You could genuinely just use a belt with life, strength, uh, resistances, shit like that. My cold res isn't capped out, but I got 24% armor, 3024 life, 464 energy shield, and then these are my stats. Oh, and then we got the ascendancy nodes. You want to get these four mainly for this, but you also get this, which is nice. And then you want to go for these for the slam skills, since that's all you're doing is using slam skills in this case, except for the lightning one. And then for Thunder God's Wrath, you want to put Impetus, Energy Retention, 2 Lightning Warps. Blasphemy, you want to put Conductivity, Ritualistic Curse, Hidden Curse. I didn't have enough Spirit. Yeah, this doesn't even have any Spirit on it because I just wanted the +3 level of all melee skills. But if you have more Spirit, you could also put another curse in this. For Earthquake, usually they'll put Swift Affliction here. I put this in because it just gives you more damage. Reach, Martial Tempo, Lightning Infusion, Magnified Effect. Herald of Thunder, you got Long Shot, Elemental Focus, Primal Armament, Lightning Mastery, and Maim. And then for Rolling Slam, you got Aftershock, Heavy Swing, Concentrated Effect, Reverberate, and Heft. Usually in the place of Heavy Swing, you'd put Execute, but I just don't understand the point of Swift Affliction on Earthquake. I don't think it does anything, so that's why I put Execute on this and then decided to put Heavy Swing on Rolling Slam. Time of Need, you're going to want Fast Forward for that, so that it procs quicker, and then Vitality. And Infernal Cry, you want Tireless, Inspiration, Premeditation, Raging Cry, Ingenuity. For Voltaic Mark, you want Persistence, Arcane Tempo, Single Out, Conduction, Coursing Current. Now the rotation is you just use this against regular enemies and rares, and then when you go up against the boss, you put these on them. Voltaic Mark and Infernal Cry, and then you switch to your rolling slam. So you cast this shit on them and then you switch to your rolling slam. So that's so much damage it shows on the sheet DPS, which it doesn't count enemies on low life. So you'd have to calculate that yourself. But the aftershock of Earthquake is doing 35,231. The impact is doing 9,360. And then for Rolling Slam, The first slam does 25,090, and the second slam does 50,235. Of course, none of this counts the damage of hits against enemies that are on low life nodes and all that. Doesn't count that into the Shi DPS. But if it did count all that, it would be very, very high because we have 60% here, 45% here, 45% here. Uh, damage of hits is damage of hits is lucky against enemies that are on low life. 45% here, 45% here, 45% here, another 45%. And then we got 120% here, 45% here, 45% here. And that's it for damage. These, and then you got these, which add a little bit of damage. This makes it so that every 15 strength you get 1% increased damage. These all help with the damage. These all also help with damage because they make the earthquake the explosion happen sooner. So these technically help. These also technically help because they basically increase your area of attack, your area of effect for your skills, for your earthquake and shit. I might, if you can, you can probably get rid of these and get a lot more damage. Like put them into here for the elemental and lightning damage increase, and to double up on this and the megalomaniac jewel with the allocates wasting. I think I'm gonna try that actually right now, just to see if I can get my stats where they need to be. Alright, so what do we need? Trying to see how many I can get rid of. Okay, so we need 28 more intelligence. Think I'm gonna do that then. Yeah, and I'm gonna switch out some of these intelligence nodes for Dex. Okay, I can only switch out one. Okay. And we can still wield Mjolnir. Now, how many points do we have to spend? 3? So we got 3 points out of that. What is this? Oh, no. So we could put them here for increased area of effect. Could put them here for increased presence. Put them here. Alright. Now we lost a little over 100 life from that, but it's alright. Now we got this, so now we got 60% increased damage with hits against shocked enemies. Because we have this. Enemies affected by ailments. Shock is considered an ailment, right? I don't know. Oh, I need to buy a map. Alright, now, I guess I'll just showcase the build for shitty tier 4. Now I'm gonna juice it up a bit. Alright, it's good enough. Probably gonna die because it has... Oh, you're already doing a map, never mind. Probably gonna die because it has damage, is extra fire damage. So... Now this map, I don't know. I must just open this shit up. Now my plan is to get dual wield mjolnirs. So I can do the little lightning warp thing faster. Yeah, lightning warp. I don't know if that's how that works. But if you know more about the build, you know if dual wield Mjolnir actually helps, then yeah, tell me in the comments. But oh, we got 2 maps. I'm gonna take them. And we got a boss, which we're probably gonna fucking die against. This build is very squishy, but I think that's just because I have damage modifiers on this map. Oh, he one-shot me, yeah. I knew it. I knew the boss was probably gonna fuck me up pretty easily. Probably had monsters have increased chaos damage modifier on that one. Alright, do a new map. Ooh, I got a chaos orb. Yeah, with the lack of those presence area of effect nodes or whatever, you gotta get real close. But it's all good. It's a melee build, anyways. Pretty much nothing on there on the passive skill tree is for survivability. It's all for damage in some way. That's just how I'm running it. You don't have to run it like that. So that's a shitty tier 15. That's the build showcase. Yeah, when I get him a second Mjolnir, I'll probably make another video. But yeah, that's the build guide. When you're playing it, when you're leveling it, just level totems. Just use totems for leveling first before you ever get any of the items, because I've found that they're like the easiest, like shockwave totem, uh, mixed of any kind of ancestral totem for for the ancestral warrior totem, you'd want to take rolling slam or something, and then for your clear speed, for your clear, you would just want to take uh, shockwave totem, which I have a whole guide on shockwave totem where I got to level 40 and everything too. This was actually the character that I did that on, and then I wanted to turn into a lightning warp build. Essentially, I wanted to use lightning warp. But yeah, that's the build guide.